Hey, I'm angry. I wanted to do a break from my normal podcasting routine and setup to kind of tell you why I'm frustrated and why I'm angry. Not going to deal with any special editing or whatnot, but I'm angry with diabetes, specifically type 2 diabetes. Yeah, I was able to overcome type 2 diabetes in my own life after being diagnosed in August 2020. And, I was able to come off all medications and stuff like that. But the reason why I'm angry with type 2 diabetes is because of the effect that it is having on people's lives, even till this day, man. I follow some of the statistics and the reports around the world on this epidemic, and it's just frustrating. You're talking about a disease that can be prevented in most cases, but it's claiming eyesight, it's claiming limbs and toes and feet and legs, and man, it's frustrating. It's even claiming lives, man. And diabetes can really disrupt people's lives, man. And it angers me, So I'm going to rant, and I want you to indulge me for a few minutes. So I am going to set myself a timer starting now. And I just want to talk through some stuff, and I wrote some notes down to help me stay on target because, I could stay on this topic for hours and hours, but I know a lot of you all who are watching this, and maybe you've been following me for a while, you're frustrated too. This disease has just turned things upside down in your life, and it's crazy, man. So I want to read to you a situation that somebody posted on in this Facebook group that I'm a part of. Now, this was a very lengthy post, but I think you may be able to resonate with this, and just bear with me for a little bit, okay? Just stay locked in, grab yourself some coffee or what have you, and just check this out. Long post. So my last A1C was 6.5, and I'm not on any meds for about 2 years now. Jardiance gave me UTIs all the time, urinary tract infections. My doctor is fine with it, but I'm concerned because I do have spikes up to about 180 to 200 if I eat too many carbs. It does go back down pretty quickly, but takes more than 2 hours. Sometimes I don't even spike until 3 to 4 hours after eating. What I'm most concerned about is the last 2 to 3 weeks, my feet have started burning, especially at night. I haven't been walking, exercising because my sciatica in my leg hurts too much. I don't want to start taking a bunch of gabapentin, I think that's how you pronounce it, because that just causes more problems. I've read a lot about magnesium supplements and or creams. Do any of those really help? Now, this was an anonymous post. Or do I need to give in and take diabetes meds, which are also poison? I try to eat mostly protein and low carbs / sugar, but I do have my weaknesses. We all do, right? Any suggestions? Please be kind. Now, this is the part that frustrated me, that this person in this diabetes support group had to preface this by saying, please be kind. Is this just the beginning of neuropathy? Because it just gets worse. I don't want to lose my toes or feet. I know this is bad. Could it be something else? I have a doctor's appointment with my primary in 3 weeks, but she just checks my toes and feet for feeling and says you're fine. I have feeling and sensation in my feet just fine. It's the burning feeling now and keeps me awake worrying. I don't want to bother my husband with my concerns because he had a massive saddle pulmonary embolism a few months ago and he's on blood thinners. He has enough to worry about. Thank you. So the thing that bothers me about this post is not what she wrote, but it's the fact that she had to post it, number one, anonymously, and she's upset because, or worried that people are going to not be kind to her. Because sometimes in this group of fellow diabetics, some people can really be mean. And it just bothers me that in a society where a lot of things are happening in the world, right? A lot of just upheaval and people are afraid for their families. You got economic issues, you got mental health issues and all this other stuff, health issues as well. But here you have this person who's going for support into this group and is concerned. She's already dealing with concerns with when she goes to her doctor and feeling like the doctor is really just not giving her the care that she needs. Now, I'm not knocking the medical profession. I'm not knocking medications and stuff like that, but this is real, folks. You know, I remember when I went to my doctor and initially and was diagnosed with pre-diabetes. Yeah, I wasn't hand walked through a lot of stuff. You know, I wasn't hand walked through what was really going on. So I had to learn a lot. But unfortunately, I didn't take my pre-diabetes diagnosis serious enough to make wholesale changes right away. That was me. And then fast forward 2 years later, I had an issue and I ended up going to the hospital, going to the emergency room and finding out in the emergency room that I had type 2 diabetes. So that was a scary situation. So I didn't have a support group that I can turn to. I didn't even know about Facebook support group and support groups and stuff like that. So when I look at a situation like this person is fearing ridicule because people can be mean, man. People can be really mean. And I just don't get it. You may be in a situation where you are feeling isolated, you are fearful, you have concerns. You may not even have told your loved ones what you're going through because you don't want to feel like you're a failure or you don't want to hear the ridicule. You know, this is real, folks, and it's upsetting to me. Number one, people's reactions, right, to finding out or learning that somebody has type 2 diabetes. People already feeling shame. But we are dealing with a disease that is spreading across the world. Man, I forget the statistics, the latest statistics, but I mean, from Europe to Asia, Africa, and so forth. And it's just all kind of stuff going on. You know, there's a train coming. So maybe I'll edit this out, this train part, but I just need to keep talking to provide value and to stay on time. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit more about this whole frustration. When I first started the Beating Diabetes lifestyle movement and community, it all actually started on TikTok. You know, I was telling my story and people latched onto it because I was being very authentic, very real, and so forth. And I always try to come at it from that perspective, especially from the perspective of someone who's gone through what many of you all are going through, having been diagnosed pre-diabetic or with full-blown type 2 diabetes. So tonight, before being prepared to record this, I went back and listened to my first episode on the podcast, and it was called "Why in the World Did I Launch This Podcast?" And man, I wanted to go back to like, what was my thinking when I started this? You know, it's going on now almost 4 years since I've been podcasting. You know, and the reason why I wanted to go back and listen to that, because again, I wanted to listen to my mind frame and my mindset. But I'll be honest with you, there are times where I wonder, am I making an impact? Am I making a difference in your lives as my viewers and my subscribers? You know, I'm grateful for the people who tune in across the world, but I'll be honest, there's been times where I'm like, man, you know, I'm not hearing, you know, from people a lot. You know, I hear from some people, but you know, sometimes we get in that mode of, man, I want this video or this audio to go viral and get into the ears of so many different people that you lose sight of just being grateful for the handful of people that do tune in and have been tuning in for a while. So of course I want to thank you guys for listening and watching even this episode, but also to those who've been rocking with me for a while. So listening to that episode, I realized that I always wanted to come from the heart. I always wanted to speak from the heart because people are dealing with real situations, real life issues concerning type 2 diabetes and other complications related to that. It could be high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I dealt with all of that, was on medication, all of that stuff. And then, you know, you go through those periods where it's like, man, am I making a difference, you know? And I had considered like either slowing down or shutting down. But then I come across a comment like this or a post like this, and then somebody else in that whole thread posts this. And I'm like, man, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing with the Beating Diabetes lifestyle. This other person wrote, please don't say diabetes meds are poison. My pancreas has slowed down and does not function correctly. My diabetes meds are keeping me alive. This is what she feels. My kidneys are doing good and I watch what I eat and exercise. I have been on these meds for 23 years. A low dose could help you, but do what is best for you. If my meds don't kill me, my diabetes will. Man, when I read stuff like that this is what people are going through, fear of dying, fear of losing limbs, fear of losing toes, and having to be on meds for 23 years, man. That's a long time. A lot of money, a lot of headache, a lot of concern, and so forth. So, I got about 35 seconds left. Folks, I just want to be an encouragement to you all. And no, I'm not quitting. I have my second wind because this is important. This is very, very important, especially now. People are so concerned about their lives, and I want to be a blessing to you guys. So this is my commitment to you all, to never give up, never cave in, to never quit. I always tell my audience to stay focused, keep moving, never go back, leap forward, and bounce back because they can. I need to do that myself. to stay focused for you all, to keep going for you all, to never go back, to leap forward, to bounce back because I can. And because of my faith, I too trust God, and I want you all to as well. So be encouraged. We're going to beat type 2 diabetes the best way that we can, and that's by sharing this message of hope that we can do this thing. So thank you for taking the time to indulge me. Please like, share, comment, drop me a message. Let me know that you appreciate this content, because it goes a long way, and by you subscribing, it tells the algorithm that, hey, people are interested in this content. So thank you guys. And yeah.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Beating Diabetes Lifestyle Podcast with Oscar Camejo. We hope you enjoyed this episode. As a reminder, this podcast is intended for motivational and educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional care by a physician or other healthcare professional or qualified fitness instructor. This podcast is provided on the understanding that it does not constitute medical or professional advice or services. If you're looking for help on your journey, seek a qualified medical practitioner. It's important that you utilize someone who is a trained, licensed healthcare professional who can help you on your journey toward good health.